This is Mono. The Soliloquy of the Appliance Repairman. B.H. Fairchild. They bring me their broken toasters, chrome dulled and shorted on lumps of grease. Twisted mixmasters with mangled blades and bent spindles, punch drunk and beaten into an early grave. And I, healer and name brand magician, I must raise them from the dead, prop them up and coax their failed motors into the life signs of hum and whir. They go out, they come back. These wounded, cracked, plastic and chrome marvels of the mediocre, of the watery omelet and bland, confused margarita. We should learn from our mistakes. The lawnmower plugged with muddy oil will foul again. And again, the nightmare ice maker will vomit its perfectly formed cubes into the void. Freon again. And oh, ever again, Freon. Spewing through the endless circuitry of the freezer, thumping along, hissing through leaks. The two girls who lugged in the computerized cappuccino machine, chattering and letting their bright eyes and flashing hands erase the shadows of the shop. How could they have known my limits? The modern and high-tech. The microwave ovens, for instance, with their digital readouts and soft little gongs that puzzled me almost into retirement months ago. Give it up, my wife said. You're as obsolete as they are, pointing to the pre-war junk piling up unclaimed. The girls frowned and took it back, hunching their shoulders like old women. They stumbled out, letting the door bang shut, flinging the shop back into darkness. I have learned from the inventions of history. But I live in the age of wonders, of the self-contained and irreparable, where I stand and watch the small, good things of my hands drifting far away into the corners of my life. The Worrier, Stephen Dunn. So he wouldn't think of his children. He kept ordinary things around him. Things that wouldn't fail. Or if they would not be wept over. $1.95 dime novels, a black and white television. Nothing so lamentable as children. Even the most extraordinary of children, which his were not, would fail some false dream you had for them. They would grow pubic hair and desires no father could ignore or do anything about. He wanted nothing nearby as lamentable as children, or lap dogs, or even big dogs who curl near your feet, who die like parents just when you've learned to live with them. He liked things that were guaranteed. The stereo's diamond needle, stoneware plates. He would have liked classics if he had known their definition. These were not ordinary, but ordinary comforts, dull after a while, like the perfectly insured body of an athlete. And that is how he wanted it in his landscape of wishes. All his children had been kidnapped and hit by cars oh so many times. And still they came down each morning from their bedrooms, incarnations of themselves, bearing their lovely, intolerable futures. And the dog whined for food, and it was ghostly to live like this, he felt. If only the dog were a tea kettle, singing that it was ready. If only his children were somebody else's, unlovable, whose funerals he might go to out of some vague sense of duty.